Hey guys.
Hello.
We're back with another video.
Hey there, guys.
It's your boy.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Is that all you're supposed to say? Hey guys,
YouTubers.
welcome back.
It's your boy.
Okay.
Fortnite.
Unit 5 test review. So the table below shows the relationship between the number of hours Elizabeth worked and the amount of money she earned. So we're looking for a graph that matches what this table shows us.
I know the answer.
First of all, if we've got 0, 0 in our table, that means it's got to go through the origin. So already I'm going to get rid of B, because all the other ones start at the origin, but B does not. Okay?
So I get rid of B?
Get rid of B, because it doesn't go through the origin. It starts at 20. So then A, I want to make sure my other points are on there. So 3, 24. So 3, about 24. That's on A. 4 and 32. That's there. 7 and 56.
It works.
So that one works. It's got all the right points.
Yes.
That one works. Just to be sure, let's check C.
Hey. B.
Does C work? Does C have 3, 4, 24?
No.
No, it's got 3, 12 at 24. It's way over here.
Talk about B.
And then let's talk about B, because B looks really familiar. D, sorry. I did talk about B. But D is actually the same graph as A, so these are both correct. So they're both right.
So on the test will be one with 2 right?
No, there's not. Okay, number 2. At the end of each night, Justin took the change out of his pocket and placed it in a jar. He counted the accumulated change at the end of each year to see how much he saved and drew a line connecting the previous year's data point to the new data point. Which of the following is a correct interpretation of the slope of the line? So remember, slope is y over x. So on your graph, let's find a good point, and then we can see what the change in y or the change in x is. So there's a point there, there's a point there, there's a point there. I would look at the smallest one so you don't have to reduce. Jalen, what did you get? Good, because our change in y was 5 over the change in x, which was 1. So 5 over 1. So that means the balance increased $5 in 1 year. Why do you think people would pick A?
You guys are dumb.
No, not because they're dumb.
It's because I'm stupid.
No, because sometimes a lot of people will put x over y, but remember it's y over x. So that's your balance, 5 on top of x, your 1. Okay, number 3, same thing. Which equation represents the data in the graph? So we're looking for the slope, change in y over change in x. My y value is money. X value is tickets. So find a good point. So 10 over 6 is a good point, and I can make another good point like right here. So y value, my change in y was 10 over my change in x, which was 6. Or if I look at the smaller one, 5 over 3. So that would be C. 5 over 3 is your slope. Good.
Bad, Chris.
Number 4, Josh is saving money to buy an airplane ticket to go on vacation. He needs a total of $720. So already, can I eliminate any of my answer choices? He needs his tickets to equal that.
Oh, yeah. D and A.
Okay, so D and A I can get rid of because they don't equal 720. It says 260 as your total. Now let's look at the rest of it. He's already saved $260. He plans to make the rest of his money mowing lawns. If Josh earns $40 for each lawn he mows, which equation represents the number of lawns he'll have to mow to earn the rest of his money? B or C? What's the difference?
B.
Why is it B instead of
Because
C?
it has 260. Plus 260.
Plus 260. He already saved the 260. That's your extra. He's getting $40 for each lawn. So we want to say it's B. So on number 5, there's a couple different ways you can do it. If you're setting it up proportion wise, yes. Pages over days is what we're comparing. Okay, so if he reads 360 pages in 5 days, excuse me, then how long, so how many days would it take him to read 2,160 pages? So what are we going to do? How do we solve the proportion?
I
know the answer. Let me just say it.
Cross, multiply, and divide. This is what you did last year in 7th grade, literally all year. So 2,160 times 5 divided by 360. Okay, same thing on number 6. Same idea. Abby can make 24 bracelets in 3 hours. The number of bracelets made varies directly with the number of hours. So she's comparing bracelets to hours. So what is the constant of proportionality? Basically,
So 24 divided by 3.
yeah, so basically for 1 hour, because that's unit rate, same thing. So she makes 24 in 3 hours. How much does she make in what? 8, because we have to divide those. 24 divided by 3. So on number 7, consider the 2 tables below. Both are linear relationships. Which of the following statements about these relationships are true? So each answer choice is talking about proportional versus non-proportional. So let's figure out if each table is proportional or not. And remember to do that, if you don't have 0, 0 or a 0 at all in your table, you can divide your y values by your x values. If you get the same number every single time and check them all, if you get the same number every time, then it's proportional. If not, then it's not proportional. So like on table A, 6 divided by 2, so 6 divided by 2 is 3. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 24 divided by 8 is 3. Okay, so I get the same number each time. So this table is proportional. Proportional. Okay, then on table B, I'm going to do the same thing. So when I divide 12 divided by 5, I get 2.4. 15 divided by 10, I get 1.5. 18 divided by 15, I get 1.2. And 24 divided by 20 is 1.2. So these are not all the same numbers. So just divide your y by your x to see if it's proportional or not. Since these are not all the same, non-proportional. So then let's check the answer choices. A says table A represents a proportional relationship and table B does not. That's pretty much right. B says table B represents a proportional relationship and table A does not. That's not true. C, both A and B represent proportional relationships. Nope. D, neither table A nor B. No, so it's going to be A. A was proportional, B was not proportional. Number 8, which set of ordered pairs does not? Remember, read your questions super carefully. That word not can be the difference between you getting it right and you getting it wrong, because you're going to be looking for the wrong answer. So which set of ordered pairs does not show y as a function of x? So if it's asking about a function, remember our x's can't repeat. Okay, so we're looking for one that does not show y as a function of x. So we're looking for one that's not a function. Okay, so when we're looking at these, I'm just going to look at the x values. So on A, I've got 2, 4, 7, and 12. None of those repeated, so that means I do have a function. But remember, what did your question ask? Which does not show a function. So A works, so it's not going to be A. Then B, I've got 2, 4, 7, and 12. Same numbers. Again, they don't repeat, So it's a function. That's not what I want to find though. Then on C, I've got 2, 4, 7, and 2. So I've got 2 of the same x values there. I've got 2, 2. So that's probably it. Just to double check, let's check D. 2, 4, -4, and 12. So those work. Remember, 4 and -4, those are different numbers, not the same. So our answer is going to be C. Number 9, the cost of Baylor football tickets is $150 per ticket. So if we were going to write that as an equation, 150x, because there's no extra fee, the cost of the Baylor basketball tickets, y equals 85x, because it's $85 per ticket. Will says that each type of ticket can be modeled by a proportional function. Which of the following statements is not a reason why Will is correct? So A says the graphs for both of the tickets will run through the origin. So that's true because neither one of them had a B value. Neither one of them had a y-intercept. So that would be true. We're looking for a reason that he wouldn't be right. B, the difference between the price of football tickets will remain proportional to the price of basketball tickets. Maybe. Let's check the other ones just to double check. C, the cost for both of the tickets is 0 if you don't buy any tickets. This is true. If you don't buy any tickets, your cost is 0. D, the cost of both types of tickets has a constant rate of change. So that is true because it's changing by the same amount each time. It's $150 per ticket. So that's not changing. So B.